Sleep. It's this thing we all do, literally every single night, but how much do we really think about it? We tend to treat it like just recharging a battery, right? But it is so much more than that. It's actually this incredibly active, powerful, and absolutely essential process for our minds and our bodies. All right, let's really get into this.
So let's just start with a quick, honest check-in. How many hours did you actually get last night? Was it 5? 7? Maybe you hit that 8-hour jackpot? Now just take a second and think about how you're feeling right now. Kinda groggy? Super sharp? That feeling is directly tied to your answer.
Now, this might sound kind of wild, but this is one of the most incredible things that sleep does. While you're out cold, your brain is running a full-on cleaning operation, flushing out all this metabolic junk that builds up during the day. And if you skimp on good sleep, even for just one night, that cleanup crew doesn't finish its job. The result? It messes with your memory, your focus, and even your mood the very next day.
Right. So for that whole cleaning process to even work, your brain can't just be off for 8 hours. Nope. It has to go through this highly structured mission. It's like its own personal night shift, with a very specific checklist of tasks to get done.
And the whole foundation of this night shift is something called the sleep cycle. See, all night long, your brain isn't just in one state. It's cycling through different stages in this recurring pattern that usually lasts about 90 minutes. And getting enough of these full cycles is the real secret to waking up feeling fantastic.
So each of those 90-minute cycles is broken down into 3 key stages. First, you start by drifting into light sleep. From there, you drop down into the most restorative phase, deep sleep. That's where all the physical repair happens. And finally, you get to REM, which stands for rapid eye movement sleep. And that is where the most fascinating mental work gets done.
To really get what's happening during that REM stage, picture your brain as a library and a very meticulous librarian. All day long, you're just dropping new books, all your experiences and learnings, into a big messy pile on the floor. Well, during REM sleep, that librarian comes out and carefully, diligently files every single one of those books on the correct shelf. That's memory consolidation. It's literally how you make learning stick.
Have you ever woken up from a really wild, super vivid dream? What you were doing was catching a little glimpse of that librarian at work during your REM sleep. Those dreams are basically a byproduct of your brain sorting everything out, connecting ideas, and making sense of the day's information. It's not just random noise. It is some serious high-level processing going on in there. So, if sleep is this amazing, absolutely essential process, then why are so many of us just so bad at it? Well, the tough truth is that our modern world is practically designed to wage a war on our natural sleep patterns.
Let's call them the modern sleep robbers. You've got the blue light from our phones and TVs, which actively tricks our brains into thinking it's still daytime. You have the constant buzz of notifications and emails, keeping our minds wired with stress. And then there are things we think are harmless, like a late coffee or a midnight snack, that can throw our entire internal clock completely out of whack.
And the impact of this is so real. I mean, just think of anyone you know who's struggling at work, feeling foggy and totally uninspired. Often, the solution isn't some new productivity hack, it's just better sleep. For real, when people start prioritizing their rest, it's not uncommon to see their productivity and creativity just skyrocket in a matter of weeks. That's the power of a rested mind.
So let's turn it back to you. Think about your own routine for a second. What's your personal sleep robber? Is it that endless Instagram scroll in bed? Is it worrying about tomorrow's to-do list or that Netflix show you just have to finish? Just being able to name it is the very first step to beating it. Okay, but the really great news here is that reclaiming your night isn't about some complicated, expensive biohack. Not at all. It's really just about getting back to basics with a few simple but super powerful habits.
Here's your basic toolkit for better sleep. First up, consistency is king. Go to bed and wake up around the same time. And yes, that includes weekends. It trains your body clock. Second, make 2 p.m. your absolute caffeine cutoff. That stuff stays in your system for hours. And finally, create a little buffer zone for your brain by designing a relaxing ritual that separates your busy day from your bedtime.
And look, that ritual doesn't have to be this huge, complicated thing. We're talking about just 20 minutes. That's it. It could be reading a book, a real one, not on a screen, or listening to some calm music, maybe doing some light stretching. This simple act just sends a powerful signal to your brain that says, okay, the day is over, it's time to power down. So let's put this into practice. I have a really simple challenge for you, and it starts tonight. Put your phone away.
I mean, out of sight, out of reach, a full 30 minutes before you plan to go to sleep. Just try it. See how you feel tomorrow. Deal?
All of this really points to one big, crucial idea. We need to totally shift our mindset. Sleep is not a passive state of doing nothing, it is not a luxury, and it is definitely not a weakness. Protecting your sleep is one of the most strategic, high-performance choices you can possibly make.
Let's just be perfectly clear about this. Good sleep sharpens your mind, it repairs your body, it fuels your creativity, it is the foundation for literally everything else you do. Sleep isn't laziness, it's your superpower, just waiting for you to unlock it every single night.
So as we wrap this up, I'm going to leave you with one final thought to chew on. What is your best sleep habit? The one thing you protect no matter what. And on the flip side, what's your worst? The one you know you probably need to change. Just answering that question honestly is the first step to really harnessing your own sleep superpower. Sleep well.